Hello, good evening. How are you? Welcome back. Is your favorite school psychologist, Chinyere Nwaebiem. I believe in raising teachers who are conscious. Conscious educators are self aware educators, and there are no doubt, is no doubt that they are very effective in the classroom. Welcome back. Hope you are following through with your tasks. Last week we talked about emotional awareness and we said so many things concerning being aware of our emotions, and we set in place tips on how to be aware of our emotions, how it can help in the classroom. I hope you followed through the tasks for the week. It was an amazing one. In fact, last week, this past school week, I had a lot of up and down moments. I had a lot of up and down moments in in at school, and it was really, if not for intentionally following the tax, I I don't know how I would have handled it. So I hope you are following through. See, I was talking to a mentor this past week. I visited her, so I was talking with her, and she went through the workbook, and at the end she was like, "Chire, is this what we are giving people for free? Why not? This is my own way of contributing to the teaching profession. In this part of the world, we don't normally value free things. I don't know why it's like that. But the truth is that people pay a lot. And even when they pay, they normally just come, they give you the basics, nobody walks you through it. But in our conscious educators WhatsApp community, we'll hold you by your hands, we'll give you the workbook, we check in on you. If you need accountability partner, you can reach out. We take you through this journey. Believe me, you can't get it anywhere. You can't get it anywhere. And most times, we teachers, I was telling a group of teachers last week, seek to be that teacher that is exceptional. We are complaining, teachers are not being paid. In this same Nigeria that you are complaining that teachers are not being paid, a lot of teachers are earning their worth. Believe me, it happened to me. I had after I had my mind shift, I had an opportunity to sit at a negotiation table, and I negotiated from the place of my true worth. For the first time, I was like, if this is not going to be, no problem, no stress, no this thing. And they were able to, they paid it. So if you are complaining that maybe you need a mind shift, and this is what the conscious educator is here to do for you. You can't afford to be a spectator, not in this community. I remember some time ago when I was taking a group of mothers through a personal development journey. They were not serious because it was free. They were not serious. Uh, Excuses upon excuses. At a point, I had to tell them, okay, before we go further, you have to pay, because I noticed they were not. Most of them didn't pay, but after that journey, see, after that journey, they saw the difference. Some had to come back and tell me, "Chinwe, what did you do?" And I told them, before I did it, you will pay, because it is value. I'm giving value. So if you are that teacher who is standing by the sideline, you are doing yourself a great disservice. So that is it. In this, okay, today we are going to explore a very wonderful topic. That's our week 4 topic. See, when I was going through when I was going through this topic, it was hitting me hard. It was hitting me hard. So even as I'm sitting down here, I have a whole lot that I've prepared for next week for myself. So I believe that that is going to be your situation after this particular webinar. What are we doing here? We want to give us a kind of charge that we will be taking into the new week. When you are charged up, you'll be able to make your, how will I put it, you'll be able to draw your goals for next week. And when you are now if you put it together with the tasks that we have in our work group, you'll be able to control, you'll be able to uh, get results for the next week. So let's dive in. We are going to be talking about something a whole lot of us are defaulting on, and that is mindful mornings and routines. Teachers, teachers, if you are in this 9 to 5 job, you know that you have a whole lot to do. You know, sometimes we wake up, what's the time? Yeah, you start, you hurry, especially when you now have kids. You are preparing the kids for school, you are preparing their lunch, you are preparing their breakfast, you are preparing as well. You have to meet up with time. So if you are not mindful, and at that point you have already subjected yourself to reactive stress. And do you notice that a whole lot of us, we are not in tune with ourselves? We don't even think about ourselves. We don't think about our thoughts. We don't we move through the day on default setting. We move through the day without experiencing ourselves. And if you have not experienced yourself, if you are not aware of yourself, if you are not in tune with yourself, how do you now expect your learners? How do you now expect to get them to be in tune with themselves? So you see that this effective classroom management and everything we are talking about, it boils down to a whole lot of things. Boils down to a whole lot of things. So when we are talking about mindful mornings, this is a very important aspect for us. You know, I was listening to a particular TEDx talk, and the speaker was saying something about successful people are very intentional with how they end their day and how they start their day. Follow me because you will see where it fits into this whole talk. Successful people are very intentional about how they end their day and how they start their day, because the morning time is a very important time. I listened to a particular guru explain about the transition period between sleep and waking up. He said something in the line of, at that transition period, we are more in tune with ourselves. So anything we do with that transition period ends up impacting or influencing our day. He said at that point, you are you are kind of you are in tune. Not just that you are in tune, you are in a better position to set the tone for that particular day. So it's very important. It's very important. Our mornings are very powerful. They offer us unique opportunity to reset, to refocus, and to reconnect. So whenever we are talking about resetting, you know, in this community, I am big on resetting, because this teaching profession is an emotionally taxing job. So if you are not resetting, you see yourself going down by the day. I over the past few months, up to last week, I was receiving compliments here and there from several persons, and one was from my student. She said something in the lines of, "Teacher, you are looking younger." The other time I met a lady, she said, "Ah, you're looking younger. The time I saw you, you were pregnant. I wasn't pregnant." I told her is the power of self-care. And self-care is part of self-care is being intentional about how you enter into your day, how you move through the day. So our mornings are very important. We are always in a rush. We are rushing out to do this, to do that. We don't even take time. We don't even take time to plan our day. And that is how anybody can barge into your day. Oh, let's go and do this. And I have phone calls that is due, but I've not yet planned it in. Visitations, I've not yet planned it in. And until I plan it in, I'm not doing it. So is as a result of being intentional about your morning, being intentional, mindful mornings and routines, being intentional about your mornings. So a mindful morning is not about perfection, it's not about productivity or even waking up by 5, though it is good. That rhyme is still valid. Early to bed, early to rise makes us effective, strong, and whatever. So, beginning your day, I recommended a particular book on our community, and that is a 5 a.m. club. Read that book. I and so many others I recommended on my Facebook page. Get them, read it. You will understand why. If you want to have a successful day, you must start in the morning. Oh, successful days don't come by accident. No, 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 no. They don't come by accident. And if your morning is not planned out, you'll be swept away because there are so many things that will call your attention. There are so many things you find out that there are so many things to do for the day. And in order to do this, do it, you are stressed out. You are experiencing burnout even before midday. You're experiencing burnout. You are reactive. You can't emotionally regulate. Why? Because there is an absence of a mindful morning. So, educators, can we encourage ourselves? Can we cultivate the habit of mindful mornings? Let me tell you, let me quickly tell you what mindful mornings may include. Mindful morning may include a moment of meditation, few moments of deep breathing meditation. You don't just get up from your bed. And by the way, it is not healthy. You get up from your bed, you rush out immediately. When most of the times you are not even fully awake, you rush out. It is not healthy. It's not healthy. It can lead to stroke and all whatnot. So when you wake in the morning, try as much as possible. Lie down for 60 seconds, 2 minutes, gather yourself together, take deep breaths, meditate, ask yourself, how do I show up today? And if you are somebody that did your work before you slept, you will have your answer that early morning. By doing your work, I mean, if you're someone that journals, resets for the day before, you find out that by the time you are awake, you already have something. You already know how you are showing up for that day. For example, Assuming I had moments that I flipped the day before, and in my moment of resetting during my journaling the day before, in the night, I went through the whole episode, what happened, how did it happen, my response, where my response was coming from, things like that. By the time I'm done, I already mapped out some goals for that particular situation. By the time I'm waking up the next morning, in these few moments of taking a deep breath, asking myself how I want to show up for the day, I've already gotten my answer. I am ready for the day. So, mindful morning can include a quiet moments of deep breathing, meditation. It can include journaling, a brief reflection. If you notice in our work group, there is a section for personal reflection. So, use it. What are your intentions for the day? How do I show up today? What am I going out today to do? Things like that. It helps a lot. Then moving your body gently, stretching, working. See, exercise and yoga, it releases what we call the feel good hormones, the oxytocin. It releases it. And by the time I remember a particular day, I walked into school. I was my shoulders held high, my head held high. I was People were looking at me, and that is how I show up to school. I show up feeling good about myself because I did my morning duty. I did my morning task. It can be moving, sometimes walking around. I don't have enough space. I'm very, very much concerned about security. So I do some things around the house. Sometimes I join, get exercise from YouTube. I do one or two things. I show up. It releases these feel good hormones. So you can incorporate it. Another thing it includes is choosing your tasks with clarity rather than urgency. What do I need to do? See, before I get to school, I already know what I'm doing for the day. It's already planned. If I'm going for this section, that section, I already know what I'm going to do. Write it down. So I am choosing what to do. And until I am done with that thing, every other thing is miscellaneous. So another one is simply enjoying your coffee or your tea without distraction. You might not have coffee, you might not have tea. Drinking your water. Yes, hydrating. I saw my mom do this a lot. She wakes up in the morning, the first thing she does is to go and take that her own water. It has become a routine. And health wise, this is very good. And why you are at it, try and savor, try and feel yourself, try and feel what you are doing. Like, have you ever drank water and you 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 hold the water in your mouth and you are trying to feel the water in your mouth? See, these are the things that a whole lot of activities steal from us. Have you ever eaten food and you try and savor the taste of the food? And have you ever put yourself into what you are doing at the moment? This is what mindful mornings can help you do. This is what it can help you achieve. So there are so many benefits as it stands now. I hope you are now seeing some of the benefits. One of it is that it improves emotional regulation. It improves emotional regulation. You are better able to handle your emotions. You are better able to manage your emotions. Again, it enhances focus and cognitive clarity. It helps you in your critical thinking, helps you in a focus, things like that, it helps a lot. Then it lowers cortisol levels, your stress hormone. The cortisols are the stress hormones. When you jump up like that and you are already everywhere, what are you telling that cortisol? It's time to get high. So, but if you try and have a mindful morning, you are not entering your day in a fast mode. So it lowers cortisol levels, and there are so many things. This cortisol is responsible for weight gain and some illnesses, some disease, sicknesses you don't want to experience. Again, it helps you to be efficient. It improves self efficiency and a sense of control. No, the day is not leaving you. You are living the day. That's what it's supposed to be. You are better in control of your activities. Then it improves mood and energy levels. Like I tell you, I meet anytime I come to school, they'll be, what is happening? No, is the energy. I'm in a better mood. I go to school feeling good about myself, feeling good about, I've primed my prefrontal cortex that this is how this day needs to be for me. And I found out that any day I shift, there is a shift. It will take an extra mindfulness on my own part to get myself back to that distance. So let's continue. Key elements to having a mindful morning routine. What are the elements? Awake with awareness. See, digital technology has made it such that many people lose awareness. Let me give you an example. You wake up in the morning and the first thing you do is to reach out to your phone. And probably you now manage to scroll through social media. You're already seeing one or two uh, negative news. See, you're already in a reactive mode. So, as you are waking up, what do you do? Take a few moments to check in on yourself, check in on your system, check in on your mind. Take a few moments, take a deep breath. Don't just reach out to your phone. There was a time this was me. Reach out to my phone, or yeah, I'm up in the kitchen trying to do one or two things. That's not it. Take your time. Take your time. Again, movement, I've talked about it. Incorporate light movement, stretches, exercise. In fact, research shows that the best time to exercise is when you are on empty stomach, and that's early in the morning. Early in the morning. See, you need those oxytocins. You need those feel good hormones. Simple yoga, stretch, gentle exercise, it can increase your energy. It can go a long way to preserve your stamina for that day. It can go a long way to help your appetite for that day. Try this and thank me later. So, another one is mindfulness and meditation. If you are someone who believes in morning devotions, that's the time to have your morning devotion. That's the time to have your meditation. Think on yourself, think on things, think on ideas. That's just it. Then intention setting. That set your intention. What is your intention for that day? What do you want to achieve? At the end of this day, what am I going to do? Things like today I'm going to live with compassion. Things like today I'm going to achieve this, achieve that. And as you are doing it, please write it down. Because the sharpest pen in the hands of a ready writer is better than the sharpest mind. Write it down. Then nourishment. See, Even if you are even if you are not the type that eats in the morning, try as much as possible to hydrate. Take water, take your ginger shots, things like that. Take your detox drink. That's the best time. Nourish yourself. Get your body together for the day's work. I know that all these sometimes this might not be your mornings might be messy. Yes, some days are like that. But if you cultivate this habit, if you cultivate this, if you build these routines, sometimes at a point it becomes like a switch. You flip it. So, but when it is not going well, it's not time to beat yourself up. When the mornings is not the way you want it to be, and if you're just starting on mindful mornings, you know that there are days where you won't feel like it. There are days where you are not up to it. You don't even do what you are supposed to do. Please don't beat up yourself. Don't beat up yourself. And again, please start small. What change are you making? If it is lying in bed to recollect and get in tune, is enough. If it is if it is hydrating in the morning, it's okay. If it is your exercise, it's okay. It's wonderful. Start small. Start small. Then prepare a night before. Prepare. As it stands now, I'm already asking myself, what am I wearing to school on Monday? What am I wearing to school on Tuesday? Is already there. So I am not going to be stressed out thinking of what to wear, thinking of what to prepare. Sometimes you might need to get a food menu for yourself. I noticed that on there was a time I wasn't I didn't have a few food menu. I would stress myself the day before in the morning. What do I cook? What do I prefer for the kids for lunch and everything? But I noticed that immediately I got a food menu, everything was settled. So it helps you. It helps you. So prepare. And also notice, please note, it is not a one size fits it all. It must not be tailored the way we have it here. You know your peculiarities. Please put that into consideration when you are talking about mindful mornings. Then be flexible and compassionate. Don't beat up yourself. Be flexible. There are days it won't be like that. Do this thing. Tell yourself, we go again tomorrow. That's the spirit. So, and in the classroom, I was I wrote down in my list, and I said, the mindful mornings start from when you wake to it starts from when you wake to the period before your first lesson. That simply means that even your children, your learners in class, should experience mindful mornings. Yes, should experience what? Mindful mornings. You don't just enter the class and you start teaching. You start with the day's activities. Check in. Sometimes let them note their intention for the day. It helps. It helps keep them focused. As little as it is, checking on them. How are you doing? Things like that. Get them at the same emotional level, or to the same emotional energy, just like you. Checking on them, let them reflect, let them think about the day before, things like that. Think about the day before, what didn't what didn't go well, then